Whoa!
And then there
Hi.
was 2.
Oh.
How are you, buddy?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Great. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. How are you?
And
How
Happy
was your
New Year to all our fans out there. Here we go. We're going to do it another time. Happy
Happy New Year,
Hiekodelic
Mel.
Monday. Thanks,
Joe,
Melanie.
all the Bruins.
Yeah.
Deborah, of course, Neil, everyone. How's it going out there? You guys got snow? We got none. It sucks. Well,
Really?
okay, no. Well, okay. This is the first year I can say I was looking forward to snow.
Yep. I actually was too.
I got my snowmobile going. I got a wicked cross country ski. I like to cross country ski, so
Yeah.
I got a wicked cross country ski trail that we got around our place. It's perfect. So I went and packed it all down with the snowmobile and everything, right? And I was like, this is wicked, man. And well, I got out skiing once.
Yep.
And snowmobiling around it twice. So
now you got to take the ATV out because there's no snow.
Well, the thing about the ATV is I just got new tires on it. Yeah. So I had a leak in one of the back tires. So I was like, shit, man, this sucks. And you know what a compressor is cold is like trying to get going, right?
Yeah.
So Jen bought me some new tires for Father's Day, and
nice.
I just threw them on now. Had a guy do it, right?
Yeah. Me too. I got a brand new toy. I got the snowblower attachment for my lawn tractor.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah. So, oh my God. So we got that one nice big snow there, and I'm telling you, the snow part was incredible. Like I was throwing snow into the next township. Like it was amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
And then we got that 3 days of wind.
Yep.
So we got drifts.
Yep.
And you know how drifts pack?
Oh yeah.
The drifts were the tallest one I think was almost 8 feet tall.
Nice.
And you could walk on top of it. Like right on top of it.
Yep.
So of course the snowblower won't go through it, right? It just hits it like boof, like you're it's like you're hitting a pile of dirt. So I was out for 4 hours, 3 days in a row with this machine, but it took so long because I had to get off it, take a shovel, bust big chunks of the snow apart, and then I could snow blow it.
Right on.
Yeah. So I was waiting for a real proper Canadian snowfall. You know, you get that 8 inches of snow, and I wanted to try it out. And the snow's gone now.
Yep.
I actually almost got stuck in my driveway yesterday because it's so muddy.
Did you?
Yep.
That's crazy. Yep. It's crazy.
It's like what's going on?
So I went to go. I went to just go out in the snowstorm. I think we might have talked about it already. But yeah, when I went out in the snowstorm, man, it was just crazy. Like I couldn't believe it. I haven't seen drifts like that for a long time. I remember getting drifts like that. We used to get them all the time back in the 80s, right? Kind of died off a bit. The wind just came from a different direction. You know what I mean? We always get good windstorms in the beginning of the winter.
Well, here when the wind comes from the west, it comes off the lake, and then we usually get decent drifts here. But that by far is the worst it's ever been since I lived here.
Yeah.
Like our driveway was impassable. No 4x4, nothing could get up our driveway.
Yeah.
And finally the neighbor came with the giant farm tractor with the big, 8-foot snowblower on the front.
Yeah.
He hit the first snowbank on the driveway, which wasn't the big ones, and it almost stalled his machine out.
Yep.
They were that solid, so he had to just creep.
Yeah, it was very granular, right? So.
Yeah. But hey, it's all good.
That base that we would have had, though, if that would have stayed, oh my God. That's why I was hoping. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna pack a trail now. Because if this actually stays, this is gonna be awesome, right?
It would have been great.
Oh, it would have been. But,
you want to sing a song?
Oh, hey, here.
Or do you got something you could maybe do there? Since we're missing George.
We are missing George, right? I could do something. I'm sure I could go.
We missed George now. He hasn't been on the show for 2 weeks.
Anyway, I hope everything's all right with George.
Yeah, it's family. He's got visitors still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Woo! Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers, now.
Oh, thanks. I feel better now.
Oh my God. So I cooked myself something to eat the other day. Do you ever just like go, hey, I'm going to throw some shit together and see if it tastes good?
Yep.
So I did that.
And you surprised yourself?
For it. Oh, I fucking. Oh my God. Oh. So.
Yeah.
I had some leftover macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
I put spaghetti sauce with it because I always think it tastes better with spaghetti sauce.
Absolutely.
And of course, you got to fry it a little bit. So I put a whole bunch of butter. It seems that you're putting butter in a pan. What else smells good besides like a fucking big spoonful of minced garlic, right?
Yep.
So I put in a big spoonful of minced garlic, and then I'm like, wow.
Well, it sounded great so far.
That. Yeah. Might as well throw in a little bit of tomato sauce just to, add a little bit. Throw some corn in there because I like corn. Why not?
Yep. Still sounds good.
Couple eggs. Away we go.
Oh, nice.
And then I have chicken. I have chicken strips.
Okay.
That are plant-based.
Okay.
So I put 4 of them in there, chop them up a bit, right? So it's more like a hash almost, kind of getting into it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then I added some lemon and some hot pepper, right? Nice. Just like hot pepper sauce and some lemon juice.
Yeah.
Something in there just did not work because, like, fuck, man. About half an hour after I ate that, I was set for the night in the bathroom. I even I put video games in the bathroom. I have a little thing I put in there just like, oh yeah, man, it was crazy.
Oof. It must have been the fake chicken.
Thanks, Deborah. Yeah, I am.
What did she say?
She says, oh, yeah, I guess I got to remember I'm doing this too.
Yeah.
All right. We were lost in the snow and with the rain. Yeah.
Cheers.
Derek, you look wrecked. It's not wrecked. I just did. Okay, so.
Happy New Year's, Deborah.
Happy New Year's. But before I came on, I usually shower, right? Monday night, so I shower because I wake up early sometimes. And
I heard you only shower Monday nights.
Yeah, only, and usually once a month.
Just freshen up for the show. That's it.
Yeah, it's the first. It's the first week of the first Monday of every month.
Yeah.
And then the show is how I remember, right? I have 3 shows after I shower.
Oh, yeah, I gotta shower.
Shower on the 4th one again, right? Fuck off. Eh? So, anyways, now I can't even remember where I was going. Just look at that. You sidetracked me.
See? It's so easy.
Oh, it is. But anyways, fuck. You did. You totally sidetracked me. I lost it. I lost my whole thought. Hey, Deborah, what was I just talking about? You know? Oh, yeah, me being high. So, yes.
Oh, boy.
All right. So, anyway, me being high. So, just when I was gone there, when before the show, right?
Yep.
I went out and did a couple bongs, and I was smoking a sativa. So then I was like, well, I might as well go do a couple more because why not? So I went out.
Yeah.
And poof, there was this bag of hash. So
magically showed up.
Yeah. And it was like that bubble hash, right? So like you can break it up pretty much with your fingers, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I packed my bong filled with this shit and hit the weed and because I don't use tobacco, so I hit the weed and the hash together, right?
Yeah, sure.
Better do another one of those. It tasted pretty good. So I don't know. I did fucking 3, and then I did a couple before I went in the shower. So yeah.
So you're happy.
Nice and happy. Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah. That's cool. I'll have to bring you some of my crinkle.
Oh, I love crinkle. Love to try it.
Do you? Okay.
Yep.
I can't believe how solid the buds turned out this year. Like, they're hard.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
awesome.
Nice and thick.
So,
good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to bring you some.
Yeah. No, hey.
Alrighty.
You never have to ask me twice about bringing pot.
You're never going to say no.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
So did you notice I'm a little, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Did I notice you were a little what?
I'm a little naked today.
Yeah, you don't have your microphone.
Yeah.
It sounds a little bit different. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. How?
I can hear you okay.
Yeah.
It sounds a little more, I don't know.
Distant?
A little more quiet. Yeah, distant. I don't know the exact terminology I should use for it. Sounds a little more, but I can hear you okay. So
perfect. I was hoping this would work. Because that's why I was chatting with you before the show. I was walking all around the house doing stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not tied by a wire anymore.
Well, that's awesome.
I got these.
Bluetooth.
Look, right there.
The Bluetooth.
Freaking awesome. Little Bose earbuds.
Yep.
You ever see these? They come in a case.
Yep.
See, they go right in the case.
Yep.
And you put them in there, and this case will actually charge them up. Yep. It charges them.
Yeah.
Because the case has 2 charges in it, and then when you plug the case in, it does both.
Yep. Yeah, it's same with my ear pods, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, same thing.
Awesome.
I love Technology,
it. Yeah. Technology. You got my new toys. My snowblower.
Now we're all going to get brain cancer because we got these things that are wireless and feeding through our heads.
Yeah, but see, now I can go on my snowblower, put my toque on, and listen to tunes.
Yeah, you want to know something? So when I go snowmobiling, or when I'm plowing my driveway or anything, I used to do it dirt biking too, but I used to use it with the wires. But I'll stick them in, and do you know what you like a frog mask? It's like a balaclava, but they call it a frog mask.
You got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So I have one of those
for dirt biking.
Yeah, dirt biking, snowmobiling, whatever. Yeah. It just goes around. It's green. It's fucking balaclava. It's just they wanted $10 more than balaclava. So anyways, I put my earphones in and then I put that on, right? And it just keeps them in. And then you put your helmet on. I always like to buy my helmet a little bit big so I can I like to have extra padding in my head, like hats and shit, right? I don't just like having an open like to have it covered. Because your visor doesn't always work.
Yeah, but you're not doing any long trips. Like if you're on a motorcycle and you're doing road trips, or even on a sled and you're doing a couple 100 kilometers, your helmet has to fit your head tight.
Yeah, yep.
It has to be.
Mine
efficient.
will fit tight. It won't. It's not sloppy, right?
Yeah. Like you should never have room to put a toque in there.
Yeah. I disagree.
Like it's if you got a full face, when it comes down here, when you open your mouth, it'll actually push your cheeks between your teeth. That's how tight it's got to be. And then nothing will happen to your coconut if you hit a tree.
Yep. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember too when I got mine, they had a.
I remember when we didn't even wear helmets. Men were men.
Yeah. Oh, I know,
Chew nails and fucking spit fire.
So, yeah, they had a display there, all the different types of helmet. You have the open face, full face, 3/4, half, all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
And I always looked at him. I go, I have to wear a full face helmet. I can't wear nothing on my face, right? And they go, how do people get away wearing those beanies, like the half helmets?
Yep.
And he looked at me and he just smiled and he said, they're the most useless thing, but guys think they're cool wearing them. And they're They're completely useless to help you. And the guy said, here. And he gave me one. He says, put this on your head as tight as you can so that it's safe and it won't come off. Right? So I did it up, did the straps up under my chin and everything, and I made sure it was really fucking tight. I did this. I shook my head around. It wasn't moving. I thought, okay, there. It's safe. He goes, you sure? It's safe. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
He took his pinky and he went right in the back in the middle and he went, whoop, and just pulled it right off my head.
Yeah.
And he said, that's what happens. He said, the guys that wear those helmets, yeah, they look cool, but when they're dead, they don't have a helmet on their head. And they always say, oh, fuck, accident scene, the guy didn't have a helmet. And then they find it, 50, 75 yards down the road. Because when the guy hits something and his head snapped forward, it flies right off. So I don't even know why the road legal. People shouldn't be allowed to wear that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Right? Might as well have a bicycle helmet on, for Pete's sake.
I agree. Yep. But what
does Suzanne say? Most of us have them.
Up this.
Yeah, I know.
Most of us. See, sometimes when we don't click right away, the dot.
Yeah, their dot. The dot doesn't mean shit, right?
Yeah.
The dot's supposed to mean that they're safe, but they still have half helmets out there. They got the little dot on them.
Yeah, those little bucket helmets.
If you have one, Susan, try it. Put it tight on your head, and then take a finger and go right to the back in the middle and just pull up, and it'll come right off your head. Yep. Give it a shot. And you'll think twice. You go, oh my God. When my head snaps forward when I hit something, that's going to come right off.
See, I come from a dirt bike background, right? So my helmets were always tight as you could have it because
and you have a piece over your chin.
Of course, yeah. And you have it actually, so the top of the peak covers your nose and it covers below your chin. So if it actually comes down and it'll drop down in the chest instead of in the throat.
Yeah. But my first helmet was like that. And it was a full face, and you just pull the whole thing over your head, right?
Yeah.
And then it had the visor on the front. Now I got an amazing helmet. Jeez. They're supposed to be the best helmets on the planet. And it actually has the bottom piece comes up, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you put it on. You slide on your head, and then you take it and snap it down. Yeah. So it's actually it's actually under your chin. Yeah. The helmet itself is underneath your head.
Yeah.
And the guy that sold it to us, he said, the only way this helmet is ever going to leave your body is if your head is still in it.
Yeah.
And they guarantee they will not fail.
Yeah.
Just the way the mechanism clips them together. There's just two big pins. When you snap it down, they click in. Yeah.
Well, even like the helmet I got my son, it's got two sets of visors. So it's got like your normal visor on the front, but then it's got a visor inside it.
The sun visor.
It's a sun. Yeah, it's a sun.
Yeah, visor. My helmet has that too. Just down here, you flip a little thing, and it comes right down over. It's your sunglasses.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Plug it in. Heated helmet. The other day I was like wiping my helmet, and then I was like wiping snow off, and as soon as I did that, I flicked the cap for my heater, and I was like, maybe I should get a heated visor. But I like just to boot around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
It's funny because
I'd like to go out on a trail ride, but I would like to go out in like BC and take like a snow bike. You know what I mean? I don't want to take a sled unless I'm going to take something fucking cool. In 10 feet of snow.
Yeah, exactly. But the helmet too, it's funny. It's got on the visor up here, it's got these. They almost look like little teeth, all the way around the top, and on the back at the bottom, it actually has a spoiler, which is part of the helmet. And the guy I bought it from, I go, well, what's with all this monkey stuff on there? He says, it actually cuts the air as the air is going over your head, and the spoiler is just like having a spoiler on a car. So it actually makes less wind turbulence, so the helmet is quieter. And I think that's pretty cool. It's one of the quietest helmets out there. and it doesn't shake or anything when you're in the wind at high speeds. Oh, did you freeze up? Oh my God, am I on the show by myself now? What am I going to talk about? George is out with family. Ringo's not around, and now Derek just froze. Oh, there you go, Susan. Food for thought. Thanks. Yeah. I didn't know all about this stuff either about helmets. I was new to the sport a couple years ago, but like some people that we know, they have something and they say it's the best, and you got to have this and you got to have that. But I'm always open-eared. I'm always listening because I think there's always something around the corner that you can learn. So what that police officer showed me about helmets was an eye-opener for me. And I will never wear one, but I keep wondering why everybody else is. When they're that... Well, the helmet's not dangerous, okay? I can't say the helmet is dangerous. It's just the helmet is not going to help you. When you hit something, it's going to come off. So that's what they're there for. When you fall off your bike or you get in an accident, it's supposed to hold your head together. And I remember, oh my God, it was years ago. I was just sitting in the car driving along, and there was a small truck, like a panel truck, stopped in the road. There was a motorcycle behind him and a couple cars, and then me. And I'm just watching. We're just waiting for the truck to do its thing, and it put its backup lights on instead of backing up. So, okay. And then I looked and I thought, oh shit, the guy behind the truck on the motorcycle, the truck driver doesn't know he's there, and he's trying to, while he's sitting on his bike, he's using his feet and he's trying to back up, but he couldn't back up fast enough. So the truck actually hit him and knocked him over, and when he fell, the image, the tires of the truck drove over this man's helmet, and then we just saw this little of red. And I thought, holy fuck, did I just see what I thought I saw? And then the truck stopped because he felt the bounce, right? And people went all running over, and they pulled this guy out from underneath the truck. And he sat up on the curb, and he took his helmet off. And it was like, holy crap, it just saved his life. And the little red spray that we saw was the outer skin of the helmet. It was a reddish orange color. It shattered, and the little bits of plastic shot all over the road, and that's what we thought was blood. So, yeah, you got to wear your helmet, so make sure they're good ones. Oh, jeez. We're talking motorcycles, and it's winter. Like, what the hell? Oh,
okay.
Holy shit, Derek was back twice there. What's going on? We're talking bikes.
Wait, no, that's me again. Shit.
Wow. This Derek we had here, and he's frozen up again. He should have stayed with the other Derek.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
There was an echo there for a second, like a creepy one.
Yeah, I gotta turn the volume off. There we go.
I think your second one was better. Oh, is that you again? All right.
Wow.
You're freaking me out, man. You do crazy shit.
Okay.
There's two of you on two different angles.
All right. So if I turn this mic of this one, there you
go. That's better. That's nice and smooth.
All right.
Perfect.
Well.
But now you're confused, right? Oh no, it just locked up again. Oh, here we go. Technical difficulties, folks.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's just all get a drink, and we'll all just sip away here, or we'll just hum, and we'll all pass out. And that'll be that.
Okay. Well, can you hear me all right?
Yes, I hear you pretty good.
Okay.
You're good now.
All right.
Yeah, the other one was locking up, eh?
Yeah. So I got kicked off the internet.
So now you're on your phone?
Yeah, now I'm doing it on my phone. So.
Oh, that's the way I do it. It works fucking great. I love it.
Well, yeah. Well, that's how I've had to do it the last couple of times. So my internet, it works kind of now.
Yeah.
Remember how I was having issues with it working, so it
Right,
works
right.
kind of now. And yeah, I guess tonight's not the night that it's gonna
Yeah,
keep working.
I wish I could do it. We got really good internet here. I just don't have a computer, so well, I have one, but it's outdated, right?
Yeah.
So I can't get all the new software and all that shit. So
yeah,
maybe I'll have to invest in one just for the Hiekodelic Show.
There you go.
Oh. It's made safe enough to tape one impact.
Yeah, so if you drop
that's true about a lot of helmets. They are 100% for that impact, and if it shatters or damages the outside skin, then you throw it away. Yeah, you got that right.
If you drop a helmet, it's no good.
I've dropped mine quite a few times.
Yep.
And you hear the bang it makes when it hits the road, and it's like, oh shit. But I got a shoe birth.
Yeah.
Like I imagine it's going to take a whopping before something happens to that thing.
I bought a few dirt bike helmets over the years.
Yeah.
So just when you read them, it says literally if you drop it at all, you're supposed to replace it. If there's like the slightest little crack in the paint or anything, that means that it could have hurt you.
Well,
Happy New Year.
I imagine that's true for a lot of helmets, but I wouldn't waste my money on one that you just drop once and it's no good. Right? Yeah. Get something good that's guaranteed. Don't waste your money.
Don't waste your money. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
I had a friend get into a snowmobile accident years ago. We were younger. Whew, and he was flying down a lake, like up in Manitoulin, and his ski got caught in a rut, and he went into a tree doing, like he said, like 100+ miles an hour. He had a stupidly expensive helmet on, and it's totally saved his life. They couldn't believe when they found him that he was still alive, let alone lived. But he just destroyed himself.
And he's lucky he had that. A lot of people aren't that lucky. You go to Canadian Tire and you get a little dot helmet or whatever, and that was my very, very first one. Of course, that's where I got it when I got my first snowmobile. But my first snowmobile was in a land, so it wouldn't go very fast.
The land.
So it was okay. Yeah, I remember that. It was so tippy, that stupid little thing. Yeah. But it was fun, right? It was a way back snowmobile.
So when it backfired, introduction to snowmobiles was a Rupp.
Rupp?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Right? And it just... Yeah. Rupp, they also made the little dirt bike too, right? It was like a chainsaw.
Oh, did they? They made a dirt bike too? Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just like a little bush thing, with fat tires on it. You just sat on it and no suspension. You made them yourself. They were called Rupps. But anyways, so this snowmobile was called a Rupp, and it's loud as fuck, right? It's straight pipe right out of the fucking thing. Just
there you go.
Yeah, crazy.
It only went 20 miles an hour.
yeah, probably.
But again, they were fun. You're outside, you're on the snow, you're putting around, right? I still remember I hit a bump when I was on my Atlanta I jumped up in the air, bumped up in the air a little bit. When it came down, I fell off the damn thing. And I sat up, and it's still going across the field. It just kept going. La, la, la. Hey, Richard, haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
Yeah, Ringo said he had a rup.
Did he?
Yeah.
Cool. Where are you, Ringo? What's happening? Well,
Yeah,
all we can wish is that
Ringo,
that we get snow back, because I actually want to get my sled back. I want to see if I can do a tour down to your place from mine.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. We could do that for sure.
There's got to be some trail somewhere, right?
Well, there is the snowmobile trail, but you can always take 17, and depending on how much snow there is, you just go from ditch side to ditch side, right?
Yeah. Or even if
you know
you get a lot of snow,
enough,
I could just take 17 almost all the way down, right?
Yeah, because it splits 17A, right? So we're not that.
Yeah. No.
But it's when you get to River Street, you still have to go northeast, right? Or west.
East-west.
When you get to River Street,
yeah,
that's the only way to get over.
Yeah, there's one spot it doesn't go through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to try it. Like, even you get that good dumping of snow and it's on a weekend or whatever, all the roads are covered. Yeah, you just go.
Well, yeah. I was even thinking about going to Vermington on the snowmobile, because it was all north and south, right? So I could have just booted straight across all the snow drifts.
Yeah, you could have. That would have been cool.
It would.
Yeah, 'cause it's not like you're packing a whole kit. You just put your drumsticks in your jacket pocket, and away you go.
Well, that night I was actually packing a kit, because there was a kid that we were giving the drum set to, so I had to.
Oh, that's right. So you had to get out there with it.
I had to. Okay, so growing up out here, if you can't get somewhere, there's another way to get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I tried every way to get to Vermington. The last way I tried made it.
Yeah.
So there's only 3 ways in, and then there was the third one I tried that made it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in a car. Like, if you're on an ATV or a sled, then it's a different story. You got fields and shit you can cut through and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Ringo, we'll see you soon. Beaverton to Uxbridge. There you go. We can do it.
Quite Beaverton, but yeah,
No, I am.
Pretty much it.
That's me.
You're not quite Uxbridge. Are you Beaverton or are you Cannington?
No, Beaverton.
Oh, okay. You're farther away than I thought.
Yeah. North of 48.
Right.
Right. So 17 does a jog at 48.
Yeah.
But when I hit the one that goes
at the main street in Sunderland River.
Yes.
Because that's where the 17s hit.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not a bad way to go, right? Down 17.
No, that's a great way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even if you go,
you can jump across over to 12 if needed, right?
Because I can even go down 12. Like, the trail runs down to Cannington on the side, but after that, there's a lot of people that just run the ditches. So there's always like a half-assed trail.
Yep.
And I can get down to. Yeah, I can get down to Cannington. No, Sunderland. Probably not too bad. But after that, it gets goofy, right? You have a little bit of trails along the roadside, but then you have the Black River and stuff. There's nothing really there. It's kind of shitty. So.
No, that's where you have to get on 17, right? So there's actually a trail. Fuck, I'll use names. Who cares? It's on the 4th, right?
Yeah, because
if you come across the 4th, it'll cut across, and that's where the
if you come down 17. Oh, the snowmobile trail. Yeah, I was just thinking 17. It goes down near the end of your street, doesn't it?
17's at the end.
17. Yeah.
I'm in between 17 and Lake Ridge.
Right. Okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, I understand, because if you take 17 to this, it's literally 2 roads from my house to this
Okay.
trail. That trail
Yeah.
cuts across and goes, like, where not the CBM pit is, but the pit right outside of Sunderland,
On the
on the
south
right hand
side.
side. It's abandoned.
Yes.
I guess it's St. Marie Road now, or whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, it takes you out there.
Okay. That's not too far then.
The road past the antique guy.
Oh, on the south end of that town there, the Brick and Brack or whatever frickin' frack he calls himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, CN rail track. Yeah, see the train track. It's kind of a neat idea, but I got to go really far east of here to catch it because it goes on a 45 all the way down.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true.
I have to pack a lunch and a few beers one day, just go for a ride, see where I wind up.
Yeah. Make sure you got new sliders.
Yeah. Well, I'll find out. I got to call. I got to call the shop tomorrow. See if it's ready.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I had. They said I had water in my engine and in the carbs. Everything was full of water. How the hell does water get in there?
Condensation?
I know condensation is one thing, but holy shit, they said it was everywhere.
Yeah.
I could get the machine started, it would run, and as soon as I stopped priming it, it would shut off. I couldn't keep it running. But as long as I was priming it, so I'm just pumping the fuel into it, it would keep going.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, too, at some point, if we could, go up by my cottage and even go out on the lake. Get a few guys with the older sleds, and let's all go for a tour. I don't need to have even, who cares if you got a new sled, bring it out too, but just have a little tour.
They've made it really tough on everybody. It's a little thing I bitch about sometimes, but other people seem to have no problems. The price of the trail passes, I think, is absolutely ridiculous. They charge $250 a sled. So now, I got 2 sleds, you get a family. Don't drop your phone. And you want to go do stuff. So right away, if you want to use the trails, you're out $500.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed here the last couple of years, because the trail's right at the end of my road.
Yep.
Last year they groomed it once. No, sorry, 3 times. The year before that was once. And I'm going, why am I paying $250 for them to run a tractor down my frickin' trail 3 times in 1 year? Like,
and they usually do it in a shitty time and screw it up.
It's obscene. It really is, that they're taking that much money from people. If they would make the price half that, $1.25, which I still think is a bit much, but
is that money also going for insurance too?
No, you have your own insurance. Your insurance covers you on all the trails. There is no.
I just didn't know if there would be some
or
liability, because, like, if you're coming onto my property, you know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, say you're going across Farmer Joe's fields, you would think that they would have to have some kind of liability there that the snowmobile club might cover or something, right? In case something happens.
I think there might be a clause. If there's a fan out there that knows anything about this, please chime in. Maybe there is something that they do cover, but you have to be on the trail, I think, for it to be any good for anything.
Right. Exactly.
But being on the trail, though, if you get stopped, they check you for ownership and insurance. You have to have insurance on your sled.
Yep.
Right? So I can't see
that's why
what their insurance would cover. Yeah. And then it's totally on you, right?
Yep.
Just like being out in a boat or being on the road in a car. Like if you're just ditch banging, doing fields, doing whatever, it's your own insurance.
if I really needed to be, like I could go to Uxbridge pretty easy, ditch banging at my place. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I know where to go roughly. You would have to obviously know a little better, but like I know where the kids used to dirt bike down there, and I know where I've four-wheeled down there. And, you know what I mean?
It's so funny because when I go to Uxbridge or Sunderland or any of those towns, if there's no trail there, I actually watch. You see the trails, right, where people go down the side of the road? Well, what was that?
I think Ringo was watching himself while he was talking.
He was
had his phone on, like I did earlier.
Yeah.
But
sorry, you ever do that? You drive down the road in the car?
I was actually intrigued by your discussion about the trails. So, because up in, having lived up in Northern Ontario for many years, where there's a lot of snow, you get a lot more value, right? Because they're grooming the trails pretty much daily, and they're like these nice little highways. But down here, it's brutal. It doesn't make any sense because, I hate to say it, but okay, maybe this is a little bit judgy, but they sit on their fat asses and they don't do shit because the weather is very unpredictable, right?
And you can't groom a trail if there's no snow. So they're not doing anything. No one is out in that equipment.
Unacceptable.
Yes.
It just is brutal.
And like you said, we used to go up to my buddy's parents' place up in Berks Falls.
Yeah.
And almost every day you run into a freshly groomed trailer, or even the groomer itself. And they're like beautiful, smooth highways, They normally do them at night. So, and we would do a lot of night riding up there. But they're out the machine every single day. They're out there doing it. Okay, so they can charge a bit more. They're using more fuel, whatever. But down here, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Just because they charge that doesn't mean you could charge that.
Yeah.
But for the amount of times people get to use the trails down here that are groomed, it's not worth it. That's why people go down the side of the road or don't get trail passes. If the southern provinces or the southern districts would make it more affordable, more reasonable, I'm sure you'd sell more and you'd probably make more money. But the way you're doing it, it's asinine.
Yeah.
If you're
especially up here, like
just saying.
If you live where we do in Ontario, and for where we are, we get the most snow in this area, right?
Yeah.
If you get to ride your snowmobile 6 times a year,
you're lucky. Yeah.
You're very lucky. If you get to take it 6 good rides, if you go through 6 tanks of gas, how about that?
Yeah.
That's an incredible season on a snowmobile up here, right?
Yeah.
Without you can drive, as you say, up to Sudbury and stuff where they have the snow. But then again, you also can't take these older sleds that we have because it's not gonna be worth it.
Yeah, and what should happen really is they need to put a lot more thought into what's going on in Southern Ontario because for that reason, right? So they should somehow it's sort of like a snow removal company. Sometimes they win, sometimes they don't, right? So there are expenses. It all started off with volunteers. Now it's a big, it's a big money racket. Like $250 a year just makes me want to barf. I remember paying about 110 up north, and I valued it because there's a lot of work to do. That additional insurance that they provide is definitely for property damage and oddball things that could happen outside of what your normal insurance would cover. That's why being a member,
because say you legitimately, as you're saying there, Ringo, say you legitimately something happens, like you're going down the trail and you avoid a moose, and your sled goes into Farmer Joe's fence.
Yeah.
Now they've got a kitty to fix Farmer Joe's fence for $1,500, right?
Yep. That's the type of thing that gets that they'll, because here's the way it'll work, right? They'll get sued first if there's a suit, right? So they'll have that first point of claim, and then what'll happen is if it's negligence on your part or you're hammered or whatever, their insurance will come after you, right?
Yeah.
That's the way that's going to work.
Yeah.
So it's that first point. They want to be able to protect the landowners. And then, of course, there's also the issues of where, you're sort of kind of running those trails, but at your own risk, but you're a member, right? You're a member and you're supposed to be protected. So let's say, for instance, there's a crossing where they put logs out and then snow on top of the logs, and you catch your ski and you friggin' wipe out and break your whatever. Then they've got to cover some internal liabilities there too, right? Because they're creating that path. But what really is stupid in Southern Ontario is like, we're into January now. We had a snowfall turned into ice, completely melted. So within a week ago, we were under a storm warning, or not a storm warning, a whatchamacallit, like
weather event.
What? Yeah, but it
weather
was
watch.
No, it was more than that. It was a state of emergency in some places near the lakes and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
So so we went from that. It was very unpredictable in Southern Ontario, and I think for that reason, they either need to tally up the year and prorate it so that maybe you don't get, like, the go forward year, you get a discount, right? Or something to level it out. But honestly, this is just ridiculous. The other thing, a part of this too, is that a lot of the snow trails weave into the can you guys still hear me?
We can hear you. You just
I can hear you, but no face.
Yeah, you got the Steve
Hogue
look on there.
Looks like your camera was unplugged. How the heck can that happen? It's internal. Hang on one second. Anyway, let me finish that point.
Audio, but no video.
I look like Hal right now.
Okay, go ahead.
I gotta turn you into a red dot.
Yeah. So the snow trails overlap the ATV trails, right?
Yeah.
But in the summertime,
the
snow trail guys put big fat gates on their snow trails, right?
Yep.
So a lot of the lanes are blocked because of that, and you have to reroute your ATV. It's like, well, why don't you give your fucking head a shake, guys, and work together on some kind of unity there, and maybe the value of the trails would be significantly better. And the other thing too is, down south, they don't let you run ATVs. They don't let you run ATVs on the snow trails at any time of the year.
No.
So now you've got ATVs that you can put tracks on, all kinds of stuff. Like, why don't they allow that?
Well, you're not supposed to run ATVs on the trails up here either. The snowmobile trails, it's just been recently that they started, like Uxbridge and stuff started saying, yeah, you can do it, right?
Yeah.
And I think last year was the first year that in Brock they had the gates open.
Yeah, and see, they're doing that on the old railway beds because that's a flat, pretty straight trail, right?
What everybody already uses.
Yeah, I know, and it's great. It should be open to everybody. The problem is when you get into places like the Ganaraska Forest, where it's all hills and curves and that. In the winter, we used to go there all the time with my brother. Beautiful freaking trails. But they didn't let the ATVs in there because everyone on an ATV, I don't know why, they just got to gut it, gas it, and they just rip the trails up.
Well,
now the trails are badly damaged.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll do it on sleds too, but now you have ice. The ground's frozen, so you don't do a lot of damage. Yeah. But so again,
Ringo's.
I'm not blaming the riders because that's part of the fun. That's what you do. Whatever, blah blah blah. But
I know myself.
They can groom the trails in the winter. They can groom the trails in the frickin' summer too.
They could,
right?
Yep.
Just put a
They
different
could,
attachment on the back of the bloody thing.
But Ringo or Heiko,
Right?
have you seen these 4-wheelers that come stock with 30-inch tires and like 8-inch lugs on them that are just made to rip? You can't just replace that. You can't just, hey, I'm coming through with my groomer. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna look at the side of Lake Ridge, right? You look at the hills there from 21 up. It's dug out 2 feet deep where the 4-wheelers go. I used to ride my dirt bike down there all the time. Yeah. Right? It's crazy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what though? Like it's a big issue, and I think the membership, like, I mean, not every year I participate, but I'm a member time to time, mostly on the ATV trails, because I find having one on the snowmobile trails is quite useless now. But they should really get together and come up with some plans to, like, don't be greedy. Open the gates and figure it out. It's not a big deal. Like, it's going to be filled with snow anyways. So, but Susan, I think, wants us to get on to other things because she's saying boys.
Yeah.
Well, give us a topic there, girl.
No, well, here's a good segue though. So $250 or whatever for a trail pass. That's just asinine. It's crazy for Southern Ontario. Anyway.
It is.
Yeah.
But everything's gone up, right? Like everything. Like, look at vegetables, and I tried to get some cough suppressant, like DM, like what is it, Benylin or something like that. You can barely find stuff now. It's just like in Shopper. Like, anyway, I ended up going to a small place that had it, but you're paying an arm and a leg for stuff now. And here's the thing that really freaked me out this week. Those little videos that pop up. Well, somebody was doing an interview with our prime minister, and it was very hard to watch because she was questioning him on a variety of decisions and topics and things going on.
Right.
But there was it looked like some kind of a food bank that was being set up to help people around the holidays and stuff like that. However, the concern was that there were people asking about, and this was all over Facebook the other day, the live interview, but there were people on there that were asking about assisted suicide because they can't pay for shit. And that was unbelievable. And it's becoming a thing. So this interviewer asked the prime minister about it, right? And he gave his, that's terrible,
there was a commercial.
They just got off of a trip from Jamaica or something. Like, not to say that, our leadership can't take trips and enjoy their life as well and family life, but we're going to hit fucking rock bottom here. It's just ridiculous. They need to put caps on things. You can't buy a house in Ontario, right? Especially Southern Ontario. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Don't want to get on a rant, but it's not getting any better. And I'll tell you, this interviewer had a lot of balls because got right down to like everything from, you're seeing a lot of these TikTok videos about young people preparing to leave the country because they feel at some point it's going to get to a place where there's civil unrest because we're so messed up. And financially,
what do you think's going to happen?
Well, exactly. Like financially, we're on the decline.
And this is where I think, and I go, what are they thinking? They call it the government, call it fuckface, whatever. It doesn't matter. What are they thinking? Because the general population is right on the freaking edge. Go to any store, go to a gas station. Do you see people smiling at all lately? Not much. Not freaking much. People are frustrated. People don't have money. People can't afford the same groceries that they bought last year. They're cutting back everywhere. They can't afford to fucking drive anywhere. So why isn't our own government looking at its people? Its people.
Do you want to know what my
right?
grandparents
And
used
saying,
to always tell me?
let's try and tweak things and fix things to try and make it more affordable so our people can afford to drive to work.
Yeah.
Or do whatever.
The more the government
in
gets
April,
involved,
we're going to put
the more
another
messed up it is.
goddamn carbon tax on it. Like, it's all backwards. So yes, there is going to be civil unrest. Yes, that's why they're trying to take guns away, because they know people are going to start snapping, right?
Oh, you know what? That's a good point, Ike.
Well, hey, do you guys want to know something? Those things that we're speaking about Canada. Did you know in Halifax, taxi drivers are not allowed to wear T-shirts?
Wow.
I just thought I'd throw out that stupid fact just because I was getting.
And is there a reason?
About political shit. Fucking hate it.
Yeah, I know but it's there, and that's the problem.
Hey, do a cheers or something. I gotta do something real quick.
All right. Well, why don't I just read a couple more of these stupid laws that I just Googled? In Fredericton, New Brunswick, it is against the law to wear a snake or carry a pet lizard in public.
Wow.
Oh. Okay.
This
Province
makes me look fat.
Yeah. Does this snake make me look fat? Province-wide Alberta, it is against the law to paint a wooden ladder. That makes sense. Because if your ladder was rotten, right?
Hang on. They should change that law. They should change the law right now. You are allowed to paint a wooden ladder, but it's against the law to climb it while the paint is still wet.
Unless you got your
unless you're wearing your golf shoes, then it's
Province-wide in Alberta, it is illegal to own a pet rat.
Yep. Susan, stay on.
Okay.
Only half hour.
Yeah, come on, Susan. Why are you going to bed?
Yeah,
it's so early.
You're right in there making all these comments, and then it's like wham.
Yeah,
just because we started talking about our prime.
I have my beer in my modified Yeti. Look at that 3D printed cap, so my beer fits in it.
It's awesome.
So let's do a cheers.
All right,
let's do it.
Tra la 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 la
la la la la
la la la. Banana, two
cheers,
banana,
everybody.
three banana, four.
So Junior says Jade and he are, I guess he's got Jade with him and he's tuned in.
Okay.
So
nice.
Are you coming on, Junior?
You want to come on, Junior?
Let us know.
We can always plug you in, buddy.
We can make that happen.
You're gonna have to send.
You are always welcome here.
Because I'm using my phone right now, and I'm using,
Yeah, tell us about how you've got I guess some programs coming out soon that you're going to be hosting. So maybe you can just give us a little.
Yeah, I think we should always have 4 windows full here, and we only have 3. So Junior should be our stand-in guy. We give him a shout and say, "Hey, we only got 3 windows."
Well, I could. Here you go. There, is that better?
Did I miss Richard?
Ooh, there's 2 of you.
No, well, Richard said you had a nice hoodie.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
I see that now. I'm just catching up on stuff. Sorry. So I my daughter's car had some car trouble, so I went to meet her. And
oh shit.
Yeah, it was a front end, and there was. To me, it sounded like it could have been a strut gone or something, or even a tie rod end, which is very dangerous. So I just pull
Was it knocking?
Yeah, it was knocking. So
knocking. Yeah.
We just got brand new kick-ass tires for it last week. I think I spent like, I don't know, $1,800. But
yeah, you don't want a tie rod end out because then it's going to eat the tires up.
You'll lose control. But anyway, I just got it brought to the garage, and I'll just have to be a good dad and drive her to work.
Oh boy.
Yeah. bit of a drive. She works in Newmarket, so
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
whereabouts?
Is it like banker hours type of stuff you have to go in though?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like tomorrow, I think she works from 12:30 to, and she closes up, so she won't get out of there till about 9.
Well, okay, that's not bad though, because now if you're going at 12:30, so you're gonna leave your house around 11, right?
Yep.
Or 11:30, so you're not gonna have the traffic. That's awesome.
No, but
Well, go to Newmarket. You're not going to have traffic anyway.
Right, but what am I going to do?
Sure, if you're going at 9 in the morning, try and go east.
Right, but like I got to find something to do for the day, right?
Yeah.
Or come
west?
all the way
Yeah.
back.
Go over
I'll
to
go
Country
your
Stop.
place.
Hey,
I'll
go
go to
over
your
to
place,
Country
bro.
Stop and flip some burgers.
You know what?
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. But so is Danny open during the day? Yeah.
Huh?
Danny's open during the day.
Yep. He's closed.
Right.
He's closed Mondays. Yeah, he was Monday, Tuesday, but now he's back to Monday. But he told me before Christmas he might be closing down for January, so you'd have to drive by and see.
Yeah. So I think Derek,
right? Because they were gonna take a break.
Yeah.
Something.
No, that's cool. So
yeah, you should stop by there, man.
I almost went to that event at the Rock Pile with Cowboys from Hell. And
did you?
No, I just we were looking for something to do and
almost went, eh?
Almost went. I was that close. But they also had this cool Black Sabbath Aussie set of tribute bands in on what was it, Friday? So yeah, it was super cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Who's in control? You or Derek?
Well, we're both sort of.
Junior said, "Bring me on if you like."
Yeah, I think Derek's working on that. So Junior, hang tight. He's got the passcode and everything. I don't.
Oh
yeah, we'll send.
Yeah. I just sent it out to Junior. So Junior, I just sent it to you, brother. If you're there, grab it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did see that. I saw they had.
Did I show you my
Strictly
my
Sabbath
little bullet?
at the Rock
Yeah,
Pile?
I saw it last week.
Yep. You saw that? That's cool,
yeah,
eh?
I did. It was very cool.
I always have it with me, and it comes in so freaking handy.
Yeah. Well, you know, my with all the stuff that's been happening with the weather and the vehicles off the road, like, so, well, I was telling you guys about just before Christmas, right? It was just the roads were nasty. There were cars everywhere, and luckily my 4x4 is rock solid. I love it. You just can't get overly confident, you know, because they can lose control as well. Good. But all these people off the road though, and I wonder how prepared are they, right? Like, do you keep a box of stuff in your trunk, like some water, some candles and things like that, just the minimal prep? Because if you don't, like, I don't leave my house. Like, I probably, with all the stuff I've got in my vehicle, I can thrive overnight in it in the middle of winter, so I'm not concerned. A lot of times I bring a little cooler with some water and maybe some Coke Zero because I'm addicted to it. But
yeah.
But the other thing too is, like,
I've always
picture this, okay,
I've always got a big jug of water, and a blanket, and I have a shovel in the trunk, and a heavy tow rope.
Now, is the shovel in case you guys, like, anybody perishes and you have to sort of dig your own grave? Is that what
we got to get, if I run over somebody late at night, I can bury the body.
So we were coming back on Brock.
No, it's really cool. It's a little tiny fold-out shovel. It's tiny, and then I can dig myself out if I have to.
Well, you can get those at Hero Army down in South Oshawa, just off the DM plant. But the military,
they're handy to have in your trunk, folks. I've had one for years, man. It's a great little shovel.
Yep.
I just want to, Junior. I'm not sure what happened. I saw you were there, but
you were there, then you weren't.
So I'm just assuming it's some connection problem, and you know what you're doing. You'll hook back up and do it over again.
Yep. Try again, Junior.
Try again.
Try again. You'll never.
So yeah,
get out of the friend.
But here's the other thing, right? Like, I was watching this little video, and this guy had what the heck was it now? It was like a kind of like a toilet seat that you put on the back of your pickup truck receiver. Right?
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I forget, there was an interesting name for it too. But
bumper dumper.
That's an issue. I mean, like, okay, so let's say hypothetically speaking, there's the you know, if a guy's got to go for a leak, it's okay. Some women, okay, they can do that, but many won't. And then, hey, Junior, and then, but like, what if you have to go for a number 2 and you're like, you know, you've had some bad whatever, and you really got to go. It's not very comfortable. Like if you're an outdoors person and that, you can probably pull it off, but generally it's not a fun thing to have to do, especially in cold weather.
I just want, you know what? I just want to give all the people out there in Heiko land a little bit of advice.
Here we go.
Little tips of the trade.
Here we go.
So if you're ever driving down the road and you have to poop, and you got a 5-gallon pail, which is also known as a shit bucket.
I carry one in the back of my pickup.
Right. You get one of those, and you're driving by one of those brown telephone boxes that are at the end of everybody's driveway, and you see an orange bag sticking out of it. If you just take that orange bag, put it in the barrel or the bucket, it'll go right around the whole thing perfectly. As long as they haven't greased the oil or the wires yet, you're good. But if they have, you got to watch it because you're going to get grease in your ears. So
are those purposely put there? Are they shit bags?
No, well, they're actually to cover up the end of the fiber optics and whatever else is coming out.
But they're perfect bucket size.
But rules of the trade, like if you need one of these, So like I used to do fiber optics, right? So when you're doing that and you're in the middle of nowhere because you just dug a hole through a swamp, sometimes you have to go to the washroom. And we always had cube vans, right, for work trucks. Yep. So we were the guys who actually cut, we're hooking up the telecom, so we covered it, and that's what we used to use. So if you ever see an orange bag, I think I've said this before, but if you ever see an orange bag that's tied up, never open it. Never. Right?
So look at that. We're talking about all kinds of other stuff, and as soon as Junior comes out, we talk about shit. Like, come on, what's going on
here?
You
read my mind.
Yeah, no shit.
You read my mind, Heiko. I thought you guys cover everything, including shit. I love it.
Well, I think on our about on the page it says sometimes it was a little shit talk. So,
no, it's funny. How are you?
Good.
Look at that. What Melanie said.
There's Jade.
Get a Ford. Their tailgate comes with a built-in bumper dumper.
Yep.
Bumper dumper.
And a rail to hold your TP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you know what?
Good old Fords.
If you're out in the bush and you're hunting and stuff like that, what I could suggest seems to work well is, let's say, a fallen tree or a stump or something like that. Just something you can lean against, whatever. But yeah. Or if somebody's left a utility trailer in the bush too long,
just make sure when you're squatting in the bush that your pants and coats and everything is out of the way.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so
I heard this story from the ice fishing guys. guys at Mitchell's
Yeah.
Fish Huts, they told me, and they said their buddy was out in the bush ice fishing.
Yeah.
I had a
right near shore, and the guy says, "Well, I got to go for a dump, right? Where do I go?" So his buddy told him, just walk to land there and go in the bush. So he did. Like Ringo said, he found a fallen tree. You know, he took his clothes half off and stuff, and had a good dump, and he was happy. And then he went back, and on the way home, Buddy started noticing in the truck, you know, things are starting to warm up, and it's really starting to smell shitty in the truck.
Oh,
He's
no.
going, "Did you step in something?" And he finally said, "Oh my God, you went in the bush. Did you step in your shit? Like, let's go check your boots. It stinks in here. Come on." Right?
Yeah.
Nothing. So they finally stopped and they got out and he checked the guy out. He had no shit on him anywhere, but he reeked. And what had happened is he got all his clothes out of the way, like tucked them all away, and he had his dump. But the ground was so hard, his shit hit the snow and it rolled down right into his coveralls. So when he put his coveralls on, he took the shit with him.
Wow.
You gotta wonder who did his laundry after, eh? Who did his laundry after?
I have no idea.
I mean,
but I would have put him in the back.
Do you know what though?
Like in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Let's bring it indoors, right? Like, so a lot of gas stations are so disgusting, right? It's like almost stereotypical, but then some of them have rules that they have to be checked within a certain amount of time. So there are gas chains that do that. But
okay.
It's pretty disgusting, right?
Some of them.
And what do you do?
Ringo.
Use the sink.
I know what you're saying.
The sink's clean.
No, I know what you're saying. And you walk into these bathrooms, and it's a shitter, just like you have at home, right? Sink, a toilet, right? Toilet paper on the wall. So, at home, when you go for a dump, do you like just pull a cheek over because you got a fart and you shit on the floor and just leave it there? Like, do you wipe and just... Like, you go in these bathrooms, you go, what happened in here?
Yeah.
And it's not normal.
It's
so the
not
person
normal.
that was in there is a fucking pig or
totally
an asshole or something, because that's not how you use a toilet.
So if I'm waiting in line to go into a stall,
we're all taught that from kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is why the Americans have it figured out, because they shit all over the place. But they have those my American brothers, too fucking bad. It's just the way it is. So
that's
they
right.
have
It's
those
true.
things that replicate like the toilet papers in the shape of a shitter. I mean, they learned that years ago. And they also learned to put like coin-operated stalls. Those were the worst, right? Because it's like you're driving for miles on some interstate highway, and all of a sudden you pull in, and it's like, I gotta go. You're running. It's like, oh shit, I need a quarter.
Yeah.
So what you do?
But you are right though, Ringo.
Climb under the door.
You are right though, Ringo. A lot of those traveled bathrooms and all have that certain odor to them in all the travels, don't they?
Well, part of that though was a lot of those would get hosed down, so they basically throw like a cleaning chemical and then hose the shit out of it and stand out of the way. And but those stops, if you could go in there with a DNA or like kind of like a black light. I mean,
oh my God! Eh?
Yeah,
you
want to diss my trucker
but
friend,
again,
where you get your sex on, right? So
yeah,
just saying.
When guys pee, I get it. If you're drunk, sometimes your aim's off. When you're in an airplane, it's a rough ride. Like whatever. So okay, I can understand a little bit of accident here and there, but when you're sitting down, there is absolutely no reason on this planet why shit should be outside of the toilet bowl.
No. There is. If your ass is so big, if you're such a big person that you can't that toilet seat can go up your anus. All right, like
but your hole where the poo comes out is still in the same spot. It's right over the water.
I was in the Pickering Town Center one time, and there was a guy.
Again, we bring fucking Junior and start talking about shit.
But
yeah, am I on the Howard Stern show? By the way,
hell no.
Hey, okay. How
I was playing here. Am I on the Howard Stern show? I got the wrong night. I'm on Hell Yeah Radio Thursday. Do I have the right show?
No.
Just us
Okay,
whack jobs
Junior, wait a
talking about
second.
shit.
Seeing that we didn't have any trivia tonight, here's a little bit of trivia I got for you guys. Okay,
all
and
right.
this comes from the Howard Stern show because I used to drive for a living, and when he was on in Q107. So,
right.
How many times is the correct number that a normal poo is supposed to be wiped? What's the correct? How many times are you supposed to wipe your ass after you have a shit? No. No. You're close, but no.
Okay.
Are you talking about from Howard's perspective?
5.
No, the number of wipes.
It's a survey
used from a normal poop, a normal average poop, not somebody with IBS, not somebody who just ate fucking, I don't know,
Taco Bell,
chili.
Taco Bell, exactly. But yeah, it's 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, but
and the average poop takes 30 seconds.
I know that Howard got the Stern show got into that whole subject like years ago.
Yeah.
But it evolved to like, and a lot of people do this, right? Like they'll use toilet paper and then they'll use those those wipes and
baby wipes.
They're hardcore, right?
Well, on that movie, didn't he call himself Fart Man? Isn't that what he called himself in that movie, Fart Man? Yeah.
Yeah, Fart Man.
But
you know what? Come on, people. Any bathroom you go to, there's toilet paper on the wall. So that's what you're supposed to use. Now, if you start wiping and there's lots of difficulties and you're going, oh my God, the toilet paper just isn't doing it.
Yeah.
Just look over. Right beside the toilet is the toilet brush. And that's what it's for. Get the goods, get it out of there, clean it out.
Get the chunky
toilet paper to finish it up.
And I don't care how big the paper roll is that's in your toilet. You will always find in a public bathroom some guy who picks his nose and wipes it beside because he can't fucking think to grab a piece of toilet paper and wipe it off his finger.
Yeah. Oh. So actually, Kathy wants to move to a new subject, but I have a question.
Yeah,
I think you probably answer. What is the purpose of those bidets? Right?
I agree. How about we do this then, guys? What did you guys already talk about? What did you guys do New Year's, by the way? Did you already talk about that?
No,
I tried to figure out what the bidet was for. Like what?
Bidet's
like
a better way to
that's
wipe.
what I did New Year's.
No, we didn't.
I was at the edge.
What did you do New Year's?
Hey, I'm just gonna say this, Ringo. If this last thing about poop. He loves poo. Derek loves poo. If you get mud on your car, right?
Mr. Haney.
No, just wait a second. If you get mud on your car, right? And you grab a clean cloth and wipe that mud.
Yeah.
Right? What's that mud gonna do? That mud's just
gonna scratch.
It's gonna
scratch your
off,
paint.
but it's just gonna spread it all over, right?
Yep.
So now if you grab a power washer and you power wash it, what happens? The mud's all gone, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There's your bidet explained.
Yeah,
there
sure. Those are pretty powerful.
Never used one.
And now you need a towel to dry off.
Let's just say it seems to be the European way, and any builders or people, homeowners from that part of the world seem to like to install them in their places. So I see a lot more lately than and to me, it looks like the thing that hangs on your sink, the sprayer, like if you have a separate sprayer. Well, so I'm trying to figure out how do you, so Hike, like Maybe that person's that blew a shit gasket all over the seat is used to using like a hose, right?
Well, I thought of that too.
But it's at a gas station. So the only thing they could use are the gas pumps. Okay.
So now you got
that Derek talks about bidets, because we've always thought of getting one to put it in the house too, because we hear it's wonderful, right?
Yeah.
But I looked at the price of the damn things. I'm not buying one of those, have a toilet and a bidet, and I said, whatever, to spray with water. So that's what I did. I had one of those really cool faucets in the kitchen with the sprayer on the side. I took it off and I put a T in the fitting underneath the toilet bowl, and I put it in that, and it's just hanging on the wall.
Right on.
So you just kind of
but now okay, wait a second, Heiko. Okay, so now this is just getting gross, because now you gotta take that thing and put your hand and turn it upside down and spray it with your hand underneath, and now all that water is gonna drip on your hand. Okay, it's not the way a bidet works.
Look at
why it's $2.
I know how to aim, buddy. It sounds like you don't. You would have it all over your hands.
So why would you take a high pressure hose and just just blow the shit molecules?
Just install a pressure washer in your bathroom. That's it. You're done.
No, but you're actually pressurizing and you're pushing that stuff into your pores, right?
Into your pores.
Go on a site called Bubba the Love Sponge, and he used to do this thing.
Oh my God!
When shit hits the fan, so they'd get this high velocity fan, and then they would dump a bucket. They'd get some, a fan of a fan, and it was pretty wild. But it's like sandblasting stuff into your and I think the same would be true for. You're not really cleaning there, I don't think, because it's very high pressure.
Well, you see, but again, just the physics of it, the way it would work is if you have some left over, it's going to just wash it away instead of smearing it over. Because
I have to admit, though, it feels good.
Well, yeah.
Hang on. Hang on.
Go like this.
Hang on, guys.
Right? See?
Jesus.
Like, I'm going to make my lips
I can't
look like
unsee that.
Ready? See, if you go like that, see there's all wrinkles there, right? Those wrinkles, when you wipe, you're gonna have poop all stuck in them, just like where you're at.
Jesus,
your puckers start.
I have a question for. Hang on.
Let's talk about New Year's.
I have a question for Junior. Hang on, I got a question for Junior.
I think the best thing would be like like those attachments you get for your hose for your car, and you can get a spiral.
Derek, next time smoke one less bong, okay? One less. So Junior, I have a question for you. What
are you
talk about? What do you want to talk about?
What did you do for New Year's?
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about New Year's.
Hey, Junior, what do you got going on, buddy?
Well, this morning I had a good shit.
Well, now you're going to think about that spiral collar ending. Next time you see one of those advertisements for one of those, you're going to think, shit, that was
I fucking think this is hilarious. I love it, of course. So yeah, we can do that before it gets too late. This is funny as shit, though. I love it. Pun intended. Oh my God, did I say that out loud? No, actually, once again, the boys on Barstools and Band Talk and Rim Shots out of Halifax, New Year's Eve. I did a podcast with them and did some live video feed just for some fun to kind of bring in the New Year's. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks for asking. No shit.
So what did you guys? Derek? What did you do for New Year's?
Well, this New Year's, I went and did probably the most unsanitary thing I could fucking think of doing. I went bowling.
Yeah. Hey, that's cool though. Good. Nothing wrong with that.
But we did like the big pins.
Don't lick the balls.
Cosmic bowling.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there throwing it, and God, I got a blister on, not a blister, but a bruise on the end of my thumb. I'm like, holy crap. And then I pulled a hammy. I was like, shit, man, I'm getting old. Like,
welcome to getting old. There you go.
Yeah.
Did your bruise turn into an infection?
Bowling.
How hard were you trying to throw the ball?
Yeah.
I was actually because you don't normally get the small balls, right? So I normally don't. I normally don't have big balls because where I'm from, there's no big balls. So whenever you get the big balls, I like to try and throw the big balls a little harder.
Yeah,
you want to try and spin the big balls, and it's just all in how you finger them, right?
Yeah,
right.
You got to
see. That's the problem with you.
I tried.
It's got nothing to do with bowling.
Nothing.
The one you use the palm of your hand. The other one you got to use your fingers, right? Yeah. The one's smaller, the one's bigger. So
big difference.
You got a problem with balls,
like
buddy. It's nothing to do with
your
bowling.
hands just about anywhere on the balls, but
all I know
when you put your finger in the hole, it has to be like you have to get the right grip.
You have to get the right size ball.
Well,
right. So you got the two holes to deal with.
The balls have different size holes in them.
I found out that from hurting my thumb though, that if you dip it in cider, it makes it feel a lot better.
Hey, speaking of which, they were running.
What'd you say? Did you put it in cider? What?
Yeah, it's cider. You know cider? Like cider?
Yeah, like cider.
Oh, I thought you said in cider.
Did you guys? Cider? Well, on Facebook there was this thing, and
I got you, Heiko.
Thanks, buddy.
There's an actual company called Dickens Cider.
Dickens Cider.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Yeah. Did you guys see that on Facebook?
I just saw that about 2 days ago. I watched that video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I laugh every time I see it.
Nothing like waking up in the morning with a Dickens cider. And, and they're holding the drink, right?
Oh, my mom always loves Dickens cider. Oh yeah.
Hey Heiko, I got a question for you.
How did we get onto that topic?
How do you spell?
Well, we just turned around, Ringo. We just turned around, went from the ass to the front.
Yes, they call that in business. They call that pivoting.
Ah, yeah. But what'd you say, Derek?
How do you spell fact?
Fact.
Oh, I screwed up. Okay, what does FAT spell?
That spells fat.
Right, there we go.
Right.
What does HER spell?
Her.
Right. So what do you get when you put them together?
Fat her.
Fatter?
No.
Okay. I feel we are all going to get into trouble.
No, you're not going to get into trouble. Okay. Spell it. Okay. FAT spells. Fat.
And HER. Fat her.
HER spells her. What do you get when you put them together?
Fat her.
Nope. No, try again.
Okay.
Father.
Huh?
Father.
Yeah, there you go. Ringo got it.
Wow.
Father.
Mm.
I guess thank God for day job.
How does that relate to
How
does that relate to going for a dump or trying to get get past the balls to get your holes in the fingers in the right holes?
It's funny you say that, Ringo, because New Year's morning I got up and I was having my morning ritual that I do every day within 10 minutes of me waking.
Constitution, it's called.
I had to go for my morning constitution.
Yeah.
So I thought, what is this year going to bring me? This should be a fun year, right? So I did my business. And then, when you get up and you just have a quick peek and before you flush, my shit was a giant question mark. So how do you like that for the first shit of the year? A giant question mark. I'm just as curious as everybody else.
I don't know. That's some pretty curious shit right there.
Maybe it's like reading the leaves.
It's heavy. It's heavy shit.
Yeah. It was going to be the full boiled coiler, but it had a bend in it, so it made a question mark. So
it seems that now it's 11 o'clock. We might as well end the show on a shit topic too. All right,
Junior, what's going on?
No, Junior just got on, man.
You got anything else you want to tell us about?
I think everybody would think I'm full of shit. Anything I say from this point on.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
No, just the obvious. Of course, we got some great shows coming up. Of course, this Saturday. Hopefully, I'll be as healthy as I feel tonight. Anyway, we have the lovely show. 27 bands. Derek's band's going to be involved, helping out with the memorial and a well-deserved memorial to Walter. So that's coming up on the 7th. You guys may know, if you don't, we've got, of course, Michael White coming to the Rock Pile. He is one of the better Zeppelin guys. And Ungi Malmsteen is coming to the Rock Pile. We announced that.
Oh my God!
It's our second or third time, coming March the 11th. This man he's right now. They're calling it the greatest guitar show in the universe. And if you've ever seen this,
oh my God! You know what? I've seen Yngwie many times, and if I come to the show, you know what I'm going to bring? Some leather polish and a hairbrush.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bring one of those like hair.
I'm gonna bring a leather polish and a hairbrush if I come to see Yngwie.
Yeah,
I've seen him on so many shows.
And you guys have already been there, but people have asked me that have not had the opportunity or the chance. It's such a personal atmosphere at the Rock Pile that you can get so close, and in most cases, not all cases, that you do get a chance to meet them as well. So that's what I love so much, and why I brag so much about the Rock Pile, because it's such a nice, beautiful atmosphere. You know.
Yeah, it is great for that. And they got a nice stage too, considering the size of the venue, right?
And the best sound man in Toronto too.
Yeah, they got Jake.
Yeah.
The other is, if you guys didn't catch that announcement as well, kind of sad news, not because of death, but in the news of rock and roll. But it is kind of sad news, but everything comes to a close. But Miles Goodwin of April Wine is finally announced that this year he will finally retire the name and the band April Wine.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's
that is the mark in history. Like, it affects us all. We're all of that age. If you don't know who April Wine are, you've been under a rock for many, many years. So the official announcement came out just a few days back. So I was very fortunate to be able to finally. That was my last big, huge promotion. First off, with all original members, and yes, also this year the Full Circle was my first time finally to get a chance to interview Miles Goodwin. So. That side of it is kind of sad, but we talked about classic rock, guys. A lot of this is coming to a close. That's why, again, there probably will be. There you go, Ringo. There probably will be another tribute out there, because there is not an April Wine tribute band.
No. They.
I
don't know. I think they obviously did well in Canada, but just I think a little underrated, like many Canadian bands.
Absolutely,
platform, right? So, it is kind of sad. Things do come to a close, and and in fact, our show shortly. But the I was talking to my bass player for Jam Pilots, and of course, Lou and I are in MCM as well, but. We got into this pretty heavy discussion the other night about how hard it is to put another band together. Like when you're young, and but everyone's schedules are all over the place, and then being inspired to actually sit down and learn a song before rehearsal, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Yeah. And I noticed with our last couple of rehearsals, my voice would crack. And that's like unheard of. The voice of an angel does not crack.
But it just means it's being exercised and opened because it hasn't in a while. And I'm not trying to be funny whatsoever.
No,
that's what it is.
You might be right.
When you haven't, I'm not just right, I'm correct, because I took vocal lessons, but it hasn't been opened. I've had the same conversation with Darby Mills. She has had to rediscover her voice recently, and yet she has a new EP out as well. So I get it. But you know what? I like hearing what you're saying, because people don't realize to get a band together, it's a marriage. You are spending a lot of time with your band members, usually in a lot of cases, depending on what level, how much more time you're going to be spending with all these spouses.
Well, there's a lot of heavy sex.
It's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And see, Ringo, this is why we keep bugging you. Get the band going again. I want to hear you sing. I want to hear you perform.
Well, MCM,
I want to come out and see you guys play again.
MCM's probably going to be like a, if we get together in the spring, that'll be like a summer project. And because, we are getting asked to, like, what the hell are you guys doing? And blah, blah, blah. But, but in the meantime, Jam Pilots, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're actually looking for a keyboard player now. So we've got a pretty good repertoire of stuff, but we want to open it right up, right? We want to, like, my philosophy is if I'm going to be in a cover band, because I was so involved with originals for so long, it needs to be a kick-ass cover band. So I don't really want any limitations. And I don't want to get into playing sausage songs. And unfortunately, I think that band I was jamming with on one night on a show, I mentioned that. But yeah, it's meaning that, we're playing all these classic kind of rock songs that appeal to guys, but it's a simple formula. Get the ladies coming out, have it danceable, make your selection, wise selection. So,
and who's the ones that want to dance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the ladies.
But, right. And so on, I saw the Spitfire Kings on New Year's Eve at the Edge, and that was a great party, by the way. So it was a lot of fun. Ed and Maggie were there from the music hall, and so a lot of friends in that circle.
It's a great venue. Great venue. They do a lot and Al Joins is down there, as you know. They do a lot to support live music as well there. So I give them 2 thumbs up. I've been down a few times, so it's a great place.
Yeah. Yep. The Rockin' for the Cure, Ricky, who's one of the, I guess part of the foundation. He's, he was there, just some super great people. And it was a lot of fun. But Spitfire Kings, killer band, like a great mix of songs, and just started off heavy with a lot of keyboard based stuff, and just everything from funk to whatever. Actually,
but isn't that, don't you think though, Ringo, with all the years that you've been doing it, isn't that the smarter thing to do? In my opinion, it is to come out and reinvent yourself. And I agree with what you're stating in regards to the half-assed. I will never come out and do something half-assed. So I respect that. Well, that's why I walked from a recent show, and yet I'm reinventing myself now because I won't come out half-assed. It's not in me. No, we've been doing this too long. I don't want to work with somebody half-assed. I won't do it. I don't need to.
Well, you know what? It was like these guys I was playing with back in whatever last year in the winter or whatever. But the common, a couple of guys I think did some original stuff or whatever. But it was like I'd always hear this comment. Yeah, I think we can pull that off. I think we'll pull that off. You don't fucking pull it off. It's you
just go do it, man.
Learn it and do it and do it well, right? But
well, Derek's doing the same thing. He's in a different band as well, so you gotta keep your.
But to be honest, I really didn't like the shit they were playing, and I didn't. Even after being very direct about it and saying, guys, this is the formula. This is how it works, right? Like. They didn't seem to get it, so I ended up, just fuck it. I'm not even gonna. I didn't invest a lot into learning, but no, these guys here, Jam Pilots, a lot of fun, a lot of should be good. But yeah, we're. I got a buddy who plays keyboard, and I've just been trying to track him down. He's sort of vanished, or maybe he just doesn't want to get a hold of me, but. Yeah.
So let me ask you this then, Ringo, since you did, like you're saying, reinvented yourself. So the very first song that you did sing when you got together with this new project, what did it feel like? Keep it short. I want to know.
I'm trying to think of what that song was, really. You know what? I think the first song we did was "Shine" from Collective Soul, which
Okay,
is a
so at the
song
end
I
of that,
love.
at the end of that song, no, I keep it short because I want to get to a point here in a second.
Yeah.
So at the end of that song, how did Ringo feel?
I was actually no, I felt pretty good about it, but that elation didn't last because there was a lull between rehearsals, right? And that I don't know. I really didn't know where the band whether we would get going again because again schedules. It's so challenging to put these things
Yeah, but
together.
that's jumping too far ahead on me.
Yeah,
Ringo.
it's like how
Point
did
being is,
you feel when you finished the
on that
song?
particular. Here's why I say this, Ringo, and then you can
Well,
get
I
the
didn't have
full.
an erection, if that's what you're looking for.
Oh,
No,
damn.
no,
like
well,
with
that's what we wanted.
MCM, no matter how many times we played those songs, I love them because, well, I wrote a lot of all the lyrics 100% and did some of the guitar arrangements and all of that. But those lyrics, in fact, I was talking to Terry Code 2 days ago from Tears of a Deity, and we were talking about writing and stuff like that. And I said, I really got to work on, producing something original right now because I'm like, I sort of feel just, a buildup. And it's like, yeah, like I'll liken it to sex and not having, popped off in a long time. It's just, I have to write something. And I've got all these little tidbits of ideas and that, but I need to really work with a band, or get Phil out of the bush and we start working on stuff because we just,
Yeah.
but yeah.
My example and why I would answer a question like that is simply this. I walked away from the industry back in 1990.
Yep.
And I had come across, I probably mentioned this on your first show. I'll keep it very, very short because we're in overtime anyway. So anyway, I walked away from it totally. So they kept saying, come on back, come on back, come on back. So finally came to the point where it was like, oh, you used to sing, Junior. Why don't you come up and sing? No, I don't want to sing. It's like redoing cocaine again. No, thank you. So my point being is, so I finally made the decision on singing a song. That's why I asked this question, Ringo. At the end of that song,
Yep.
I realized, I can't speak for you, but this is why I asked this question. Yep. I realized that I had put my soul away and now I'm back. So that's the kind of answer I would have expected from Ringo.
Yeah, you know what, though? I think that's a great question, like where you went with it, because again, the chat I had with Terry was about, we got in pretty deep about the process of songwriting. And I feel that a lot of the songs, well, I'll give you an example. I got to get you that CD, Junior, but I wrote a song called Train of Souls. And Train of Souls is about the cancer ride from Princess Margaret, the lodge to Princess Margaret Hospital, right? And I was the only well person on the bus. So there was a big difference between getting there in the morning and everyone going through their treatments and then the bus ride back, right? And very challenging. In fact, we got cut off in a kind of a one-way street by some guy who felt it was a lot, that his priority was to unload a bunch of beer to the back of a bar than let a busload of cancer patients that just had their treatment through the lane. So I got out and I almost clocked them, actually. So anyway, that was challenging. And I actually wrote Train of Souls in the library at Princess Margaret Lodge.
Nice title.
Yeah. And what was amazing about that whole process was, or timeline, I had just hooked up with Phil and Brian, and we got Lou in the band. We literally had our first rehearsal. We wrote Supercharged, and it was like that first rehearsal, we nailed it. We absolutely nailed it. And then because they had Phil had already written the rhythm tracks and everything for it. So, but shortly after that, I had this bomb dropped on me and had to switch gears. And these guys were amazing because we really just met, and they said, "Hey, man, whatever you're going through right now, we'll support you, and we want to keep this going. So when you come back on weekends, maybe we can slip in a jam time and keep it rolling." So we did that. So there was a lot of my point of it is, I think the best songwriting comes from emotion. And then I wonder sometimes if there's some spiritual things going on there. Like if you watch like a clairvoyant that can, their method is through, let's say, sketching, right? Like the Hollywood psychic guy or whatever. But
I watched, I agree with you. There were some recent interviews in regards to some of the famous, and they say something similar to that, but they say there's something about where it has come from they cannot explain.
Absolutely. So the band
they can't.
Right. So MCM would come up with a riff or rhythm or something like that, and I'd wait until it got to a point, or I'd do my own, participate with the arrangement, and then I would start writing. And Brian, our drummer, used to say, how the fuck do you do that? Like I'd take my iPad and I just it would flow. So 90% of those lyrics were coherent and they had a lot of meaning. But when I was writing, it was like, I wasn't thinking. So it was almost like you're channeling something, right? But anyway, that's pretty deep, but that's what I miss. Do I miss going to, sing any song from any band, I suppose, cover. I would drop it all in a minute to get MCM, back together in a way that we're playing a lot more. But
you're on the path to the start of it, so you're on the path to the start of it. That's the good thing. It's very refreshing, so that's nice to hear. So and even myself, I can't drum anymore, but I can't wait to get out, and I like to sing every now and again. So you guys will have to learn either Turn the Page, Bob Seger, and or Every Rose Has Its Thorn, or Lying Eyes by the Eagles. Those are kind of the three favorites that I prefer to sing. So.
No problem, buddy. When we hook up,
we're into overtime. I did want to thanks again for having me on, guys. It kind of picks up my spirits.
Anytime, pal.
And plus New Year's is happening. So yeah, I got some other things that I'm always working on something. We're trying to tighten up the other project that I spoke about the last time I was on. So things are coming along really good. I have a meeting with some guy named Derek Baggs in the next couple of weeks as well. And I think I may be seeing the House of Launch Saturday if I everything does go well Saturday. So yeah.
What's going on Saturday?
First time seeing us, eh?
Pardon me?
Hey?
That'll be your
What's
first
going
time
on?
Oh, it's the tribute, the fundraiser for Walter. Please help me with the pronunciation of the last name, Derek. I hate getting it wrong.
Forberge.
Walter's last name.
Yeah, Forberge. I don't know. I guess my phone's breaking up.
So tell us about what's going on Saturday. Where? When? What time?
It's 20. Well, again, first and foremost, Derek kind of knows this gentleman a little bit more than I do in his times at the Rock Pile. But here's why I say this. I've always said it's about the fan because it is. This guy has supported just about every fucking live show that you can almost imagine in Toronto. He has met, I would say this, Derek, he has met just about everybody that you can name.
In heavy metal.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
In heavy metal. Guaranteed. I mean, you can think of just about, the list is just that long. That's why I say when it's everybody. Now, did he respectfully, I know he's in heaven, did he have a social life to a degree? Well, kind of yes and no. But he was that guy that would wait for that star backstage because it meant that much to him. And he was so, I guess, Derek, very polite about being he was so
he wasn't even polite. He would just walk up.
Yeah.
And, okay, so for example, Wednesday 13, he knows that we're opening for him. So he's like, hey, what time sound check? Right?
Yes.
And I was like,
Yeah.
So I tell him what time sound check is, and I'm usually there half an hour before sound check, an hour to half an hour before sound check. Anyways, so I get there. There's Walter, right? And he's just standing there, and he knows that he's going to see that bus roll up and
Absolutely.
park out back, and he's just going to go out back. And if he sees them, he'll just
Yeah.
point. Literally, he would take his camera out and go, "Huh?" And people would, yeah, sure, why not?
So his a couple of things that he was famous for saying, Hiekodelic, Hike rather, and thanks for asking, was am here.
Yeah. He would always text you whenever he got to a concert, he just put am here.
So it's become his kind of hook, and the other was puff puff pass.
Yeah.
So
there's
too many guys. If I would have had it up in time, it's Hike. It's 27 bands in total that are going and playing. Everything is being donated, and monies are being helped to pay for his funeral costs and so on and so forth. It's quite a list in support of. So myself and Drew Masters are the co-hosts of the show this Saturday at the Rock Pile.
So this Saturday at the Rock Pile, there's going to be 27 bands.
Starting at 12 o'clock.
Starting at 12 noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
last
pretty
band
crazy.
is supposed to go on around 10, but it'll be obviously be a little
So
bit
are there door tickets left, or is it completely sold out?
It's all door. It's all door.
All door. Okay, good.
Yeah. And so
and what are they? What's the cost to get it at the door?
It's $20.
$20. So at 12 o'clock, people start showing up at the door at the Rock Pile in Toronto. You're not gonna
be a good opportunity for
that sounds so good.
27 bands.
Yeah,
it's going to be quite the flip over. It's going to be my main job has always been intros, so it's going to be very little intros and a couple of things to be said because, like I say, Drew Masters, who owns Meat Magazine. By the way, I'll give you a little plug there, Drew. But anyway, so it's all donated time, so it's going to be quite frankly crazy. So they're doing the obvious. It's going to be, what's the words? Help me, Derek. A staged one set of drums. And everybody plugs into the amp.
Yeah, they got the backline.
Yeah, all backline.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's the
wow.
So basically, what you do, like they're backlining everything. So it's I bring my stool, I bring my snare, and I bring my pedals.
Yeah, well, I get it. I just couldn't remember the words.
Derek, how long are the sets? Are they half hour?
We have 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
And it's going to be, that's 20 minutes with changeover. So it'll be 15-minute sets.
With changeover.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, it's 15 minutes.
So, Derek,
like
what time is House of Haunt scheduled to play?
Well,
you guys are on early, Derek.
I think we're like fourth or fifth last. We're on around 8 something.
Yeah. Oh, so you are later in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Well, okay. I'm tied up on Saturday during the day, but maybe I'll try and make the evening part of it.
It's gonna be pretty.
Well, it's gonna be a circus. It's gonna be busy.
Just with that amount of bands, the place is gonna be packed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just with the band people there.
Well, yeah, 27 people. You got to think a minimum of 4 people per band. Right?
Yeah, and you're gonna hang out before you go on stage and mingle and whatever, and after. So the place will be packed just with the bands.
Yeah, and not to mention Walter. People, you can't underestimate how many people Walter knew, and not just knew, but like were his friends and considered him family.
Yeah, like look at
that he affected is the words I would use. Yes.
Yeah, look at the response.
He passed under very unusual circumstances, but so it's all about validation as well. I'm fortunate that I'll be backstage and not have to worry about too much about the crowd, but I'll be going through the crowd sometime, brother. So
Junior, you're going to be there all day.
Apparently, you can buy tickets online too.
Hey, Junior, you're there all day, Junior.
I'm hoping because I have a treatment coming up that I don't want to say one way or another. So it's all about an energy thing. I just hope that I'm not going to be sick on that day. Normally, when it's a full show, yes, I am there full show right from start to finish.
Okay, right on. Sounds awesome.
Drink lots of Powerade.
Yes.
More of a
I've
true
been
guy
doing
than I
that. Yeah.
am. Yeah, I won't
You
be
know,
there that
Keep the
long.
electrolytes in you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll only be
And
there
you know
from
what, Junior?
mid-afternoon.
A little
It
bit of
might sound weird.
Jägermeister is always good too.
You can get an adult version of Pedialyte, which is concentrate. So it's actually, the more electrolytes you can get into you, the better.
Yeah. Where do I get that drink? What do you mean?
You know what? Try Shoppers. I'll tell you right
Yeah.
now that
No, Shoppers does have it. Yep.
yeah,
Pedialyte, they do.
yeah, because in its powder form, so you mix it up like just.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right.
You put it in anything you want to drink, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I've recommended it to so many people dealing with situations, and honestly, it's a great hangover solution too, right?
Yeah.
And then I think there's a vitamin you'd have to ask your doctor, but I think it's like a B2 injection or something like that.
B12.
B12, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So Ringo,
I already got the best thing I could have got there just before showtime there. So it's nothing like getting your aching body rubbed down. So that's why I had time to come on tonight. So I'm good.
There's nothing like a thorough rub down.
Yeah. A good rub down.
All right. Wow. Before it gets
Ringo, I noticed.
Maybe we should sign off.
Yeah, I noticed Ringo's wearing like a Maple Leafs jersey there, hoodie.
Yeah. So a while back we were talking
What's
about
Junior wearing? Look at that. We have competition right there on the top shelf.
Yeah, this is a classic with their old honor.
No, I'm a Leaf fan, but I was given to this. I don't know if you can see this or not. This is a Wayne Gretzky promotional shirt.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
nice.
So that's embroidered
look at that!
on there.
It's got a signature, right? Look at that. Wow,
that's cool. I saw
very cool. Very cool.
Richard says golf, Leafs golf.
Yeah. Hey, that's all. Like I said, I am a Leaf fan. When you get free swag, you take the free swag.
Yeah, but you know what? They're kind of.
I have so much Leaf stuff, like winter jackets, coats, hoodies, T-shirts, everything. Yeah. And quite frankly, I pull it out and I go, "Oh, I got to wear this," and I look at it and I go,
"Right,
I can't, can't." I just back in the closet.
That's it.
So fucking embarrassed with the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
I'll be
doing something right.
fan no matter what happens.
They're still my team, but oh my god, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
What are you wearing? What kind of shirt are you wearing, Derek?
Me?
Yeah. What do you got? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing just a sweater.
Wind River.
What's it say on it? I can't see it.
Wind River.
Oh, I got.
And then I got my
look at that. Peterborough Speedway.
Peterborough.
Oh.
Yeah.
The other thing that's going on this weekend is the motorcycle show, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, this weekend coming, right?
Yeah, it's at the Metro Center.
At the International Center.
Big one, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to go do that too.
Well, I'm kind of getting the itch to get a bike again. I sold my Harley and I sold my.
I know, buddy.
BMW.
You know what? When you said that, it was kind of like, shit, I want to ride with you still.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Like with this band project and stuff, it's like, okay, I'm going to get myself into the gym because I've got to really work on this shoulder and lose a little bit of weight as well. Because, I've been naughty this year.
That's okay.
But
that's okay, bud.
It's my last back, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Junior, when we sign off, I don't want you to leave. I want you to hang on because I want to talk to you for a minute after the show. Okay? Is that cool?
I'm being sent to the principal's office. Right on.
That's right.
Right?
Okay.
Yes, you are. I want to talk to you after the show.
Sure. Okay, sure.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on. Happy New Year's to everybody. You guys are awesome as usual. And I want to thank the guests that were on our show tonight. Number one, again, I don't know how many times in a row, Melanie, Joe, Deborah, Susan, Ringo, Richard, Junior, and Kathy. Thank you so much for being a part of the Hiekodelic Show in this brand new year. We're going to have a great year. It's going to be awesome for everybody. I don't care what anybody else says. This is going to be a good year.
I think it's going to be a good year.
Keep your chins up, keep your chest out, be happy, and don't take any shit from anybody. That doesn't mean punch them in the face. That just means don't take it. Just walk away smiling.
And smile.
Keep that up. That's right. And we will see you guys back here next Monday night at 9:30 on the Hiekodelic Show. Cheers and happy New Year.
Well, that's another wrap for the Hiekodelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Hiekodelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Hiekodelic Show, please find us at www.thehiekodelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Hiekodelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Hiekodelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@thehiekodelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.thehiekodelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Hiekodelic Show, fans.